Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to be here with you today. It is certainly a delight, and we can talk and share about caregivers. If I can advance my slide there. As former First Lady Rosalynn Carter has said, there are only 4 kinds of people in the world: those who have been caregivers, those who currently are caregivers, those who will be caregivers, and those who will need caregivers. Valuing caregiving as a critical component of our nation's healthcare system is the impetus behind the work that we do at the Rosalynn Carter Institute, which, as Kathy just said, was established almost 3 decades ago on the campus of Georgia Southwestern State University, which is located in Americus, Georgia. Mrs. Carter has been involved in the mental health field for 40 years, and she is learning more about autism spectrum disorders. She sends her warm greetings to each of you, and in fact, if you look inside your speaker's booklet in your handouts there is a personal letter to each of you. She recently toured the Marcus Autism Center in Atlanta with their center's amazing director, Dr. Ami Klin, who is here with us today. Raise your hand. She was fascinated by their research and very pleased and excited to see their great work and how powerful early detection and intervention can be. Caregivers, in most instances, are called upon to be reactive to the needs of the one needing care. But in the instance of helping those with autism spectrum disorders, caregivers are in the rare circumstance of being able to be proactive rather than reactive and can positively alter the course of an affected child's life. 1 in 68 American families live with autism. Research shows that with early diagnosis and intervention, a child can and will live up to their potential and break through the isolation that so many have endured in the past. Speech is the most valuable skill. Without it, children experience great anger and frustration. With intervention, a child diagnosed at 9 months is learning to communicate by 24 months. That is amazing. For children with autism spectrum disorders, caregivers are the essential component to the success of any intervention. All programs focus on training caregivers because they are the instruments for developing children's brains. Parents can incorporate skill building into their everyday routine. Parents, for those in the room, notice if your child is paying attention to you. If not, always think about what you might do to increase that attention, and never give up. Talk to your baby and don't stop, is what we say. Studies find that mothers of children with autism tend to stop talking to their children if they don't respond. Recognize that tendency and resist it, we tell them, so caregivers keep talking. And parents are not the only vital caregivers. Everyone in the extended family has a very important role to play. Grandparents, siblings, all can be trained to teach a child social competence skills. Beyond that, they also can encourage community support and understanding to make families feel more welcome and included. I know that it is truly challenging to care and provide an intervention 24/7, as well as physically and emotionally draining. The role of the caregiver is intense, requiring almost constant monitoring and interaction between the caregiver and the child. Today, I offer you 3 caregiving tips that I think will be helpful and sustain you on your caregiving journey. In your packet, you have 10 tips for caregivers, produced by the Rosalynn Carter Institute, but I've brought 3 to light to share with you today because I think that's most relevant to you. Tip number 1, take care of yourself. The question of how can I help my child have a good life must be followed by how do I sustain myself and my family while providing this level of care to my child? The best way to care for another is to care for yourself. When you're caring for another one, taking care of yourself is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of necessity. Meeting the responsibilities of providing effective treatment while maintaining care of yourself is essential. Think of caring for your autistic child perhaps as a marathon. Even marathon runners stop and take food and water breaks because failing to do so may mean that they cannot finish the race, and we all want to finish the race. Caring for yourself includes good nutrition, adequate sleep, but it also means taking those breaks to go see your health care provider for your checkups and to address your health concerns. Tip number 2, let go. Letting go can be very freeing. Let go of preconceived ideas that certain goals must be reached. All children do not reach the same milestones. However, every child's milestones and achievement are important and worthy of celebration. You and your child must run your own race. Do not look to the right. Do not look to the left. Those runners do not matter. Only you and your child's race matters. One mother shared with me, the simple achievements in life are just the best. A smile from my son just melts my heart. The day he first said the word mom to me made me cry. So I encourage you today to let go and be proud of what you achieve every day. Tip 3, connect with others. Reach out and connect with others who might be partners in caregiving. This could be family members, friends, church members, and more. It is important not to isolate yourself. You don't have to face caregiving alone. Don't shy away from asking family members and close relatives to assist you, even if you don't think they will want to help. Ask anyway. Allowing others to do what they can to help you is a win-win proposition. Most people believe that it is better to give than to receive, and by allowing others to help, you are giving meaning to their lives and making them feel needed and appreciated. At our Caregiving Support Center, I shared this tip with one of our caregivers. I had shared with her that she should let others choose a task to help her, like cutting the grass. By doing this would enable her to have more time with her loved one. So she decided to keep 10 index cards with her, and she listed a task on each one. Anytime someone would ask her what she needed help with or did she need help, she would pull those 10 index cards out of her pocket and she'd say, "Pick a card." I encourage you to think what you might put on your 10 index cards. Also remember that time spent with others is vital to your health and well-being, as well as being supportive in your caregiving role. And last, hope is our future as we move forward to understand autism and to make and seek autism as an issue of diversity, not of disability. I applaud the dedication and the commitment of all parents, relatives, friends, and healthcare providers of autistic children. While a diagnosis of autism can be shattering, interventions renew hope and provide a promise of change. And caregivers, you are our unsung heroes. You are carrying out the interventions that help your child and that enable change for that child. And remember, finally, you are not alone on this journey. I thank you for all that you do.